when I was younger and I had friends that were girls, they would have sleepovers. And I always thought that was the freaking coolest thing ever. In my entire life since was trying to figure out what goes on in those sleepovers. But what's happened is that as you get older, you realize it changes. It's not the same thing that goes down at these sleepovers, right? So it gets a bit scarring as you grow up. But when I was younger, that's what I was all about. And that's when my obsession first started, right? That's when it started blooming, right? I wouldn't even say it blossomed yet. What's the difference between over time? This obsession carried a lot of weight on my back, right? I was looking everywhere. I would go shopping in the store and I would be like, I've never seen this food before. Maybe this is just for the sleepovers. Every time I'd see the color pink, I would be like, sleepover coded. It would be everywhere. It felt like, the Brave movie where she's following those little wisps around in the forest. It was like that, but with the color pink and like everything. Basically, I loved me some women. Yeah, so it changed me for the better, I would argue, because instead of spending my time doing stupid things like saying slurs in Call of Duty or getting in fights or something, I don't know. I was always pondering what was going on at these sleepovers, bro. Like I would stay up all night. I would try to like do equations. I would try to solve the Pythagorean theorem. I was trying to go crazy. I was trying to make my own theorems. The Blake sleepover theorem just to figure out what's going on that I don't know. What am I missing out on? Right? And I found it, but you're not going to find out in this video. If y'all really want to know, say it down below and I could drop the sauce if I really feel like it, if I'm feeling generous enough. But right now, I'm just talking about my obsession part. So this obsession started to take over probably when I was in like middle school, right? Because that's when like that's when they wanted to kiss me. It was less of just like, hey, we're besties, we're friends, you can't come over to the sleepover. And it was like meet me by my locker, we're gonna kiss inside of it. So yeah, that was a bit of change of pace. But that's when I thought maybe I could really know the secrets now, right? Because where do secrets come from? Where do secrets come from? Secrets come from the mouth. You hear that? That's a secret. I'm telling you a secret right now. So I was like, maybe if I get a little smooch, maybe if I get a little peck behind the lockers, then I'll also exchange the secrets that I've been searching for since my childhood that I was also currently in and still am in. But no, it ended up being embarrassing. People found out that we were planning to kiss behind a locker, and also a locker is not enough cover to kiss behind unless you go in the locker, but we're not going to go in the locker. We can't fit in the locker. We're two people. So, basically the same thing that made me who I was that day. Right? I woke up thinking about the same stuff. What made me that person was starting to become my burden. It was the reason why I didn't want to wake up the next day. It was like, maybe it's better left unknown. Why did I spend so long chasing this answer just to never find it, bro? It really started to hurt me. It took me to places I didn't want to go. It started pulling me in angles I didn't know I could go. I felt myself twisting, turning, bending, barming all through the hallways of school, trying to just figure out this one answer that I didn't even want to know anymore, bro. I just wanted it gone. It became me. It was more than an obsession. It was who I was. I needed to find this out, whether I would make it out alive or not, right? That was the goal. That's what I was sticking for. I remember those young days of mine when I would look out and see my fellow women and it was freaking amazing, bro. It was all bliss. It was like friendship and happy and looking forward to the future. But now I'm stuck looking back in the past because the future never came. Well, it came, but not in the way I wanted. Not in the right way. Not in the right way because I didn't find out what happened. So, some part of my life, I was like, why don't I just have my own sleepovers and see what happens there? But I knew it just wouldn't be the same. I would be chasing that high that I didn't even know what it felt like. I didn't even know what the high felt like, but I was chasing it anyways, you know? I can't be doing all that. So I gave up. And I realized that I had to let it go. You know, maybe I just wouldn't know. And that's where we are now after this horrible story that I went through. I had to end up here, right? I end up looking back and just being like, what was the point? You know, maybe it would have all went freaking fine if I could have just gone to the sleepovers. And what honestly pains me more is to think about why I couldn't go. Did their parents think that I was going to get freaky with them? Did my parents think that? Because from my perspective, these were my besties. I was trying to make rainbow loom bracelets with my friends, but instead, I got denied because of my body. That's supposed to make me happy? That's supposed to make me like myself? When I can't hang out with my best friends just because of something I didn't choose? So yeah, I think that's where the real pain comes from. I don't really freaking care what goes on the sleepovers. I just wanted to be there. So yeah, subscribe if you want to be more likely shown a video like this from me in the future. Like this video so more people get to see it. And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Yay, Blakey, Blake with the Y. Music, music, music.